earlier, that's when he let Barabbas go free at the demand of the mob. As they led him away, they seized one, Simon of Cyrene, who was coming in from the country, and they laid on him the cross to carry it behind Jesus. And there followed a great multitude of people, of men and women, mourning and lamenting. But two others who were criminals were led away to also be put to death. When they came to the place that's called the Skull, they crucified him. But one of the criminals, one on his right and one on his left, and Jesus said, "Father, forgive them. They know not what they do." And they cast lots to divide his garments. The people stood by watching, but the rulers mocked him, saying, "He can save others, so let him save himself. If he is Christ, if he is the chosen one." Soldiers also mocked him, coming up and offering him sour wine on a hyssop branch. "If you are the King of the Jews, save yourself." And there was an inscription above him, "King of the Jews." One of the criminals railed against him. "Are you not the Christ? Save yourself and save us." But the other rebuked him, "Did you not fear God? You are under the same sentence of condemnation. And we indeed justly, we are receiving what we deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong." And he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And he said, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." Imagine being the thief.
The time is drawing near. They're laughing as he bleeds, and the burden that he bears is too heavy to conceive. And all the people have gathered, they've gathered together. They pretend he's their master in public mockery. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The time is drawing near. There's nails in his hands and feet, and the crown of thorns he wears makes it difficult to see. Yeah. All the people have gathered, they've gathered together. They could be with him forever. They would only believe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And all this time that we've been waiting for a king to set us free, and now the one who has been chosen, his own people, his own people watch him bleed. Yeah, 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 yeah. the time is drawing near. On the hill of Calvary, and the burden that he bears is the one that set me free. And all this time that we've been waiting for a king to set us free, and now the one who has been chosen is the man who's hanging next to me. Yeah, 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 yeah.
There I was, hanging on the cross next to him, gasping for air, just like he was. Only I deserved it, and he didn't. I've made mistakes my entire life. I didn't come from a great home. My dad taught me how to fend for myself and to be a real man. To be a real man in his mind meant that the strong conquered the weak. The problem was I wasn't a real man in his opinion. I was never strong enough. I lost a few fights, and that would really set my dad off. He was really never happy at his job. We never had enough money. And I figured since I was small and losing fights, I better get smart. So I learned how to trick people into about anything. I got carried away stealing things. The problem was I almost never got caught. That doesn't sound like a problem, but it was. If I was caught more, maybe I would have learned my lesson. But I think getting away with stealing over and over just gave me more confidence to steal again. It became a way of life for me. It was going good until it caught up with me. I got a new job at the market, and I figured I could just change the report on how much was sold by 5%, lining my pockets a little bit every day. And one day, the owner noticed and started talking with my boss. I can't believe they would crucify me for this. But I suppose I deserve it because I've been stealing my whole life. Maybe the world is just better off without me. I deserve to die. But here's Jesus, the strongest man in all of Jerusalem, but he had a strength I didn't understand. I stood at a distance once watching him heal person after person. There was authority in his voice. It wasn't boring and condescending like the other rabbis. With him, I could tell that he meant what he was saying, and it was truth. We all felt it. We felt power when he spoke. So how is this possible? The most powerful man I've ever met, hanging beside me, weak and hurting, tortured and abused. I knew he had to be God. What he claimed about being God's son had to be true, so I hesitated to ask, knowing I wanted him to accept me. But between my gasp of air, I finally got the courage and said, "Teacher, remember me in paradise?" Jesus said, "Yes. Today, you will be with me in paradise." I couldn't believe it. He forgave me and treated me like I was one of his followers. It's like he ignored everything I'd ever done. He saw me for who I really was.